wish I knew what I know now. Wisdom is the principal thing. All this time just wasted thinking I own anything. Humility clothes me from the top of my head, soles of my feet, yeah. Teach me, teach me, show me the way. Hide my face from the wickedness of this world, I pray. Take my hand, protect my heart, hide me in the shadow of your wing. Like a child, see purity in my eyes. Allow me to sit at your feet. Hear me, hear me. Show me your ways, teach me your paths. I'm yielding to your will. Your loving commitment will endow me, surround me in my coming and my going. Cleanse me, purge me, I want to be white as snow, so I may testify of your love to those in search of you. Show me the way. You desire truth, the inward parts you make me know you. Take my hand, casting all my cares, refresh me with the waters of life. Like a child crying softly, forgive me. Allow me to approach your throne. Know me, yeah. Know me. Have mercy upon me, O Elohim, according to your loving kindness. According unto the multitude of your tender mercies, blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from my iniquity, and cleanse me from my sin. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Against you, you only, have I sinned, and done this evil in your sight, that you might be justified when you speak, and be clear when you judge. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Behold, you desire truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part you shall make me to know wisdom. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which you have broken may rejoice. Hide your face from my sins, and blot out all mine iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O Elohim, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from your presence, and take not your Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of your salvation, and uphold me with your free spirit. Then will I teach transgressors your ways, and sinners shall be converted unto you. Deliver me from blood guiltiness, O Elohim, the Elohim of my salvation, and my tongue shall sing aloud of your righteousness. O Yahuwah, open up my lips, and my mouth shall show forth your praise. For you desire not sacrifice, else I would give it. You delight not in burnt offering. The sacrifices of Elohim are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. O Elohim, you will not despise. Do good in your good pleasure unto Zion. Build you the walls of Jerusalem. Then shall you be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness, with burnt offering and whole burnt offering. Then shall they offer bullocks upon thine altar.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hope you are having a wonderful Sabbath morning so far. Y'all know how we do. If you can, when you come in, please share the feed, you all. Please share the feed. Someone today may need to hear what's going out on today. So, hey, you don't have to do the changing. That's the Father's job. We just share the word. We share the message. So if you could do that for us, share the message. I pray that on today, your spirit will be Baruch, blessed by what Abba Yah is saying. So we're giving way to the Ruach HaKodesh to have its way and speak. For those that have an ear to hear. Shabbat Shalom, TC. Shabbat Shalom, Johnny.
Hello, everybody. Welcome on. Shabbat Shalom.
And for those of you that'll jump on later, hopefully it's letting me see everybody that jump on so I can shout you out there. Yeah, be strong and be of good courage. Somebody may need courage on today. I just want you to be of good courage on today.
Y'all want me to rap? Let's get it. Why worship creation when we got a creator? Bro, we still alive, it's got to be favor. I mean, we still here when they try to erase us. These Hebrew spirituals is not entertainment. Statutes, commandments, and laws. You know about that? Faith and
Y'all can go ahead and please share the feed. Thank you so much for those of you all who are joining in today, who are supporting our ministry. God's work. Yahuwah. To him be the glory, the praise, and the honor.
So when all the frankincense and incense are gone, are you strong as before? Go get it straight from the source. He's all that you need. Be strong and of good courage. Oh, what is you worried for? You got one life, ain't no sequel. Don't miss the kingdom.
For some reason my phone froze up. I was trying to go to the TGCB page. And
welcome on, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Glad to have you coming on. We're just praising. We're just listening to the Father, giving a little bit of worship here. Hallelujah. What a wonderful day it is to be alive and well in Him.
yes,
I can tell you, whatever it is that you went through yesterday, you got the victory.
yeah.
The Father fought that battle for you. He saw you through. Whatever it was that was supposed to take you out yesterday didn't work. Yeah, I don't care how bad it was. The Father still brought you through. You are alive and well because of His purpose, His plans, and His glory. There is significance in today. There's significance in you waking up with power, love, and sound mind. And we just praise the Father. He absolutely showcases Himself to us with His sufficient grace and His mercy that endureth forever. And I just thank you guys for tuning in. You could have did anything with your Shabbat, but you came on here to this little old community of believers, Torah followers, and those who are just really striving to walk upright with the Father. We bless the Father for you, and we thank you so much. We know today he has a word that Jay's going to lead into you, and we yield into the Holy Spirit, that he may have his way, that you may get the bread of life, you may get the water that quenches the thirst of those who are seeking after his righteousness. And so thank you all for jumping on today. I am going to be a little reserved today, and I promise you I'm not in a bad mood. I am just he's doing something in the inside, and I'm yielding, and I just praise him for it. And so I just want to put that out there. If those of you who followed us look at me and feel like my energy may seem a little different, no, he's having his way, and I'm yielding. But again, Shabbat Shalom. I love y'all, and so glad to have you on today.
Yes. If y'all can just keep Shamor's uplifted in prayer. Like she said, she was telling me this morning, she was just kind of feeling some things, not sure really what it is. So, we began to pray this morning, me and her, but I was praying that Father revealed to her whatever it is that he's doing in her, and for her to have her, let him have his way with us. So pray that he does that and do even more, babe, for you. But on today, no problem. We tag team this thing as we normally do, but if the Ruach decides to speak through you, so be it. If not, and it's for you today to just meditate and just receive, you have more than with the right words I'm trying to say is you have the right to do that. You have the right to do that. There are times where we need to be fed ourselves. There are times where we just want to sit back and listen for ourselves. So that may be what's happening with you on today, babe. So
absolutely, and praise the Father.
It's all good. It is all good. So we'll let him have his way. For those of you that was with us on last week, y'all know we started in Isaiah chapter 58, and we're going through the whole thing. Today we're going to pick up on verses 9 and probably get through to 14 today. But the foundation of what Father had us speaking on is bridge, being a bridge, or a bridge, just bridge, period. And what that means, what that entails, and what goes along with being a bridge, or someone being a bridge for yourself. And Father used Shamor's last week. He used us both, but realistically, he used you so much last week to bring forth life in just setting up the premise of what goes into it. And on this week, I believe the Father just dived in a little more than even I anticipated on a bridge. Shabbat Shalom, Shaquise, good to see you here. And we just want him to have his way. I know it's a lot. It's always going to be some stuff going on, y'all. You're always going to be faced with obstacles. You're always going to be faced with yourself being an obstacle. You're always going to be faced with things, people, spirit ties, soul ties, covenants that you made knowing and unknowingly. Not just with the Father, but covenants with demonic spirits, not even knowing. But there's covenants been made that have to be broken. And somewhere along the line, we kind of get lost in this thing, hoping for the best, hoping for better. And we struggle so hard to get out of a place that we're in. You want to say something, right?
Oh, no.
Okay. Struggle to get out of a place that we're in. And realistically, it becomes shameful sometimes because we feel like, man, I've been walking with the Father so long. I've been in this thing so long, and I need help. I don't really have it all together like I portray it to be. I really don't know what I'm doing. Father, I am actually lost, but I don't want to ask for help because then what are people going to say? What are they going to think? And y'all, please forgive me on what I'm about to say and how I'm about to say it. Because at the end of the day, it does not matter about people's opinion. Does not matter what people think you should do or ought to do. What matters is what the Father says, and hearing the words, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." People gonna talk about you when you're doing great. People gonna talk about you when you're down in the dumps. And people gonna talk about you when you're on your way up. The moral of the story is people gonna talk about you, period. So I have to say it this way, just for you to get it, but for those that are watching and secretly praying against you, to hell with what they got to say. I hope I'm not wrong for saying that. And I know I'm not cussing. But at the end of the day, people's opinion just don't matter. When Father has said and called you to a place that He solidified you to, you don't have to wait on man's opinion. You don't have to wait on man to tell you, hey, go and do this. Nah. And oftentimes we get caught up in that and we second guess if we really heard the Father, not, because it may not look like what we thought it would look like. And so we get in this stagnant place. But what I want to help you with on today is to help you come out of that place. And it's a word that the Father is going to use for where you are, that place that you have to take off so that you can be and do what He's called you to do and be. Regardless of people's opinion, no matter if they have a title or not, you're not my Elohim. TGCB, just because I got a title, Pastor J, co-pastor Shemores, we are not your Elohim. We are not your God. Yes, we help lead you, but at the end of the day, what He speaks for your life, you have to do for your life. I hope that makes sense so far. Shabbat Shalom, Lady Barbara. Shabbat Shalom. I hope that makes sense so far, y'all. If this thing is freezing up, can y'all please let me know? Because I think
it's not on my end.
Okay. I'm just hoping it's not freezing up. So if y'all can, let me know if there's any glitches or anything. We're going to dive back into Isaiah chapter 58. And we're going to start at verse, I think it's 10, if I'm not mistaken. No, verse 9. Verse 9, because we went through 1 through 8 last week. We're going to go verse 9 through 14. Johnville, if you're on, could you put in Isaiah 58, verse 9 through 14? I believe I need to, I'm going to read from the Sefer, just because I like how it has the restored Hebrew names. But we're going to break these things down here for you. Oh yeah, before I do that, let's pray. Abaya, have your way. Take us out of ourselves and place us in the realms of your spirit. Decrease us so that you may increase. Let your Ruah speak like never before. Let your spirit have its way. Don't let them hear Johnny or Shemores. Pastor this, pastor that. Title don't mean nothing. You mean everything, Yahuwah. Those that have an ear to hear, those that have eyes to see what you're saying, on this day, help them. Break the shackles. Uplift the spirit. Whether they may be downcast, whether they may be in a place of hurt, uplift them out of it on today, Yahuwah. Bring forth your word. Speak like never before. There are people that are hurting and honestly seeking and needing you. Allow us to be the bridge for somebody today. Let them see this word in a way that they've never seen it before or never been taught before. Today, let it be the day that life springs forth for them and a paradigm shift happens, an aha moment happens. Even in us. Have your way, Father. If there's anything that's not like you, we ask that you remove it, because we don't want anything in the way of us receiving you on today. You are mighty. You are holy. You have all the kavod, the glory, the honor. Thank you for your hin and your chesed, your grace and your mercy. Let your shalom, your peace, be with us wherever we are. You are our Elohika, our Eloheinu. Speak. You have permission to do whatever you want to do in us, through us. Allow us to be one sound, one mind, one levav, one heart. In your Son, Yeshua, who is our Hamashiach name, we pray. Amen and shalom.
Amen and shalom.
Father, have your way. Have your way. Speak against heaviness.
It's on me. I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all can see it.
You're all right. You're all right. It's not just you. I speak against heaviness. I don't know who, because I don't believe in prophet lying. I know we got some bad news this week that a good friend of ours passed away. So we've been praying for the family. But I don't know who it is that's heavy, other than my wife. Maybe it is you, but it ain't just you though. But as a melek, a king in this eres, Abaya, if the heaviness is designed by Hasatan, the spirit of Yahuwah rebuke it. I ask that you make clear to the individuals what it is that you placed in their hearts. This heaviness cannot burden them down to a point to where the day is stagnant. Abaya, I pray that you get all glory throughout everything. Today we give it back to you. Today we give us back to you. Today we give the issue, the yoke, back to you. It's no coincidence that you have this word here. I don't care about getting ahead of anything. Abaya, this has to be said. Our yoke we lay down, the burden we lay down right here, we make this the altar. We put ourselves on the altar. We lay it down to pick up thy word. Be our strength.
Yes, I'm going to step on the other side.
Okay.
And I'm doing this specifically not to deter what the Father's doing through you. Johnny has an abundance of joy and energy today. He actually has been fighting a little bit of a cold this whole week. But I am very heavy this morning. Y'all pray for me. I'm going to actually excuse myself from the camera. And I think it's fitting because there's a powerful word, an important word that needs to come across. And I don't want to sit here and even be a distraction to that, because I can see in the camera my body language and those things. And while I don't intend to look heavy or weighted or tired or any of that, it is coming across that way. So you all that are watching, I'm good. I promise I'm good. I'm just going to yield today. But this is part 2 of the bridge. And for those of you who are jumping on with us now, we encourage you, if you missed last Shabbat, go check out last Shabbat. Get both parts of this message so that it can really minister to you and help you practically and not just spiritually. And so, listen, I love you, man of God. It's time to bring this word on out for the people. I'm gonna get on out the way. I'm good. We done prayed and covered, and whatever the Father's doing, His will be done. His will be done. I'm just going to download all of what He has in you today, and just trust His word. That's what we know. But I'm good.
Okay.
All right. Let me go on and get out the way, y'all. Y'all gonna chew this good word up. I'm just gonna get out the way here.
Please,
I'm still here.
If the Father says anything through you, please speak.
Oh
okay?
yeah. I'll admin too. I'll put the scriptures and stuff in.
All right. Y'all, normally y'all know I have illustrations and things like that. I do have them today. I'll use them.
Yeah.
I'll use them, but
they're wonderful.
This word may take a turn in a deeper sense. This word may take a turn, so I'm not going to try to structure things as I normally do. I don't feel that right now. I just want the Ruah to have his way. So y'all, as we go through this, as we pray for y'all, y'all continue to pray for us. No, I'm not down and heavy. I just want Ruah to have his way. Love you, girlie. Okay. I'm used to having my partner here with me.
I'm here just on the other side of the camera, y'all.
Used to having my partner. Nevertheless, Abba Yah, we're ready in season and out of season. Shabbat Shalom, Jenna. Shabbat Shalom. Good to see your name come across here. You and Jarrell. Love y'all so much.
Love y'all.
Did I say hi to Miss Jones this morning?
I thought you said she had come on in here.
Yeah, she did. She said good morning. She heard me. All right, y'all. Let's go to work. Gonna read to you Isaiah chapter 58. We're gonna start back at 9, verse 9, y'all. And I'm gonna break these words down to you because I thought the bridge from what the Father gave me, I thought it was just gonna be, a good word of encouragement, but I had no idea that it was going to go this deep, and what really entails in either you being the bridge for somebody being the bridge for you, or you searching for a bridge. Okay, I gave the definition last week. If y'all can, go back and catch that. But just for the importance of the day, I'm not going to go back and recap. I'm going to just dive straight in. Isaiah 58. I'm going to read from the Sefer. So Yeshayahu 58, verse 9 says, "Then shall you call, and Yahuwah shall answer. You shall cry, and he shall say, Here I am. Here I am. If you take away from the midst of you the yoke, the putting forth of the finger, and speaking vanity, and if you draw out your soul to the hungry, and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall your light rise in obscurity, and your darkness be as the noonday." Verse 11, "And Yahuwah shall guide you continually, and satisfy your soul in drought, and make fat your bones." Boy, he's tying a lot of stuff in, y'all. "And you shall be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water, whose water fail not." Verse 12, and this is where the whole premise of the bridge comes from. "And they that shall be of you shall build the old waste places. You shall raise up the foundations of many generations, and you shall be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of the path to dwell in. If you turn away your foot from the Sabbath, for doing your pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, a holy of Yahuwah, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing your own way, nor finding your own pleasure, nor speaking your own words, then shall you delight yourself in Yahuwah. And I will cause you to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed you the heritage of Jacob, your father. For the mouth of Yahuwah has spoken it. Let's go to work here, y'all. There's so much in this where a father is talking to us. He's talking to Jacob. He's talking to his Yehudi. He's talking to his people, Israel. I hope you understand how precious you are to the Father. That even in our disobedience from our ancestors, even until now, Father spoke this thing to us. He's given us a game plan always to get out of where we are. To get out of the situations that we either put ourselves in or someone has put us in. Or how Satan has laid the trap for us. There's nothing new under the sun, y'all. Nothing new. The stuff that's happening today was going on back then. It's just in a different time. But the Father spoke out our deliverance from the get-go. But if you looked at these words that I was reading here, Abba Yah was giving us an answer. He was giving us hope. But at the end of the day, everything relied on this word, if you. If. In other words, I'm not going to force myself upon you. I'm not going to force my will on you. Yes, I know I am Elohim. Yes, I know I created all things. Yes, I know with just a mere thought of mine, I could wipe this whole thing out and start over. But he's saying my hin and my chesed, my grace and my mercy and my ahavah, my love for you won't allow me to even bypass my word or go against my word that I've spoken. So I'm giving you a choice. Even like I said way back in the beginning, choose you this day whom you will serve. Choose life or death. In every decision that we have, y'all, Father gives us a decision to choose life or death. That could be physical, and that can also be spiritual. There are some decisions that Father laid before us that we chose wrong. And we experienced a death in that decision. Well, what do you mean experience a death? We experienced the collapse of our decision. We experienced what we did was a downfall. And it didn't come out right. We've all made those mistakes, y'all. No, I'm perfect. No, you a lie. Because the word says all have sinned and come short of the glory of Yah. Y'all, word says here, then shall thy call. Then shall you call, and Yahuwah shall answer. You shall cry, and he shall say, here I am. Y'all, we have been crying for a long time. You've been crying out to the Father for a long time. And the word says, he'll say, here I am. Yeah, he thinks about you. Little old me, yeah. He thinks about Shaquish. He thinks about Shamoris. He thinks about Jay. He thinks about Jenna. He thinks about you because you mean that much to him. He say, here I am. Those are some powerful words. I am. Here I am. Here I am in the midst of your turmoil. Here I am in the midst of your loved one dying. Here I am in the midst of your cupboards, you not having food. Here I am in the midst of the sickness in your body. Here I am in the midst of the division between you and your family. Here I am in the midst of all the hell that's going on your job. Here I am in the midst of the situation that you put yourself in. Here I am. And he said, if you take away from the midst of you the yoke, the putting forth the finger and speaking vanity. Father never said I was going to turn my back on you. He told you, here I am. But the thing is, in order for me to do what you need me to do, in order for me to come in and be what you need me to be, here's what I need you to do. I need you to put away. If I can't violate my word, but if you choose me, if you take away this yoke that's in the midst of you, if you stop pointing these fingers at everybody else, pointing blame, if you stop speaking vanity, he'll be able to do what he needs to do. Let's break this word yoke down. Because how this yoke can work two ways for you. This yoke can work two ways. I want to show you something here about yoke. I'm going to put up two pictures here for you. No, I'm going to put up one first. This yoke here. And I'm going to move that to the side so y'all can see. This yoke. Y'all see these things around this cow's neck? That's a yoke. But Pastor, what is a yoke for? Or the word said, if you put the yoke, I'm going to break this thing down. The yoke. That phrase in Hebrew, the yoke, is a word that is called matah. Matah. And you spell it mem yod tav hey. And what it means is heavy or heavy bar. If you look at that things around that cow neck, that's a heavy bar. And it's used when you yoke up two cows together, two ox together, and it's supposed to make the load, a little easier for them to plow the ground. But this is a heavy thing. Now, I want to show you why Father is speaking to you, asking you if you, in the midst of everything going on, take off this yoke. Because there is a yoke that has been placed on his people that has been there for a long time, y'all. This yoke is burdensome. This yoke is heavy. It's a burden. Now, I want to show you this yoke as it pertains to you. If you look here and you see this yoke, the yoke put around the neck, that's a heavy burden. It's almost as if it's a rope to where you can't escape from. Our people was placed in a yoke, brought over here. And when I say our people, I'm talking about Israel, the chosen people of Yahuwah. Why? Because of disobedience. He said we'll be scattered. It was a physical yoke that was placed around the necks. It was placed around the hands. It was placed around the feet. But what's worse of this significance, there was a yoke that was mentally placed on the people. The enemy is so patient in the destruction of Father's people. He places this yoke on your mindset that you can't be, that you will never amount to, that you're not qualified enough, that because mama and daddy can't have it, you can't have it. The Father will never use you because you messed up so much. You had a child without being married. You addicted to pornography. How can you be called? You sold drugs. You murdered people with your tongue, talking about it. You lied. You steal. Have an addiction to this or that. You may have been walking with the Father, but you lost your way. The enemy places a yoke on your mind. The enemy places a yoke on your mind and keeps you captive so that you will never reach the potential that the Father has said you are. He said you are a holy people, a royal priesthood, the apple of his eye. And if the enemy, who is a defeated foe, can keep your mind captive enough not to want to know the truth and know your Father, he got you. And you will never become. You'll never reach your purpose because you still have that yoke, that heavy burden on your neck. This ties in with pointing the finger and speaking vanity. Speaking vanity is wickedness. Self-doubt, speaking foolishly, charging the Father foolishly, speaking things that you shouldn't be speaking. Like, well, I guess I ain't gonna never do this then. Is Father really for me? See, the enemy paints a picture to you that if Yah really loves you, if you really all these things that he said you are, then why are you still living in poverty? If Father say you this great and mighty people, then why can't we get out of the ghettos? Why you still lying? Why you still falling prey to the trap if he really love you? Why haven't you fully been delivered yet? Why you still go back to smoking and drinking, even doing cocaine or pills or whatever the case may be? Everybody has an issue. Why you still sneaking, dibbling, dabbling? Why you still sleeping with that married woman or man? If he really loved you, shouldn't he have delivered you by now? Are you sure that there really is a Elohim? Are you sure there really is a God? See, I'm not telling you stuff that may not have ever crossed your mind. because of how severe your position is right now, how severe your place is right now. And if the enemy can keep this mental yoke around your heart, your levav, and your mind, all he have to do is sit back and say, see, I told you I could make them curse your name to your face. He's the accuser of the brother. But nevertheless, Father has never left you. If we stop pointing blame at everybody else of why we have not gone farther than where we are, if we stop speaking these curses upon ourselves, Father says, listen, and I'm just only giving you his scripture. We ain't even got to 10 yet. He said, then shall you call, and Yahuwah shall answer. You shall cry, and he shall say, here I am. If you take away from you the midst of you the yoke, and putting forth the finger and speaking vanity, y'all, we have been in a mental yoke for over 400 years. Our mindset that we can never be more is killing us. It was never intended for us to kill each other, y'all. This crab syndrome where our people are trying to make a way for themselves and come up, and you getting angry and mad at them for coming up, for doing something that you're not willing to do yourself. So you point blame, well, they had it better. They had it easy. Well, they did. Well, if I could just, you speaking curses and vanity to yourself. And Father saying, listen, if you just take this yoke off, I can do and be what you need me to be. I can go beyond what you think and help you. We get caught up, y'all. We get caught up so much so in allowing the enemy to keep us plagued down when the Father has given us clear answers to how to overcome and how to beat our situations. This yoke, this burden, y'all. You don't know how bad this mental oppression is upon you, that the enemy, he's the prince of darkness, which means the ruler of ignorance. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. We don't know who our Elohim is. And he's been trying to give us the answer the whole time. He's been trying to lead us out of this darkness so that we can take off this yoke that we've either placed ourselves in or been placed on us, y'all. But it's hard because we get stuck in a place where instead of using emunah, faith, we have to see it in order for us to believe it. And we stay in a place where it looks like we're not even moving forward. And it causes us to foolishly question, Father, do you even really love me? Where are you? Are you even hearing me? But the word says that you will call him and you will cry out to him. And he says, here I am. He's telling you, I'm here. I'm ready to help deliver you. But I can't go past it because you are still holding on and you still are in this iniquity. You are still holding on to these burdens and these sins that you won't let me in to help clean you up. You're still holding on to this trick that I'm not there for you. I won't help deliver you. And you won't fully trust me. You have one foot in and one foot out. And I'm here the whole time. You won't allow me to be Elohim. Let me show you what a yoke is really supposed to do for you. I gotta show you what a yoke is really designed to do. Father says, you take upon my yoke. My burdens, my yoke is easy. You know, my burdens are light. Y'all, a yoke, remember with Hebrew, it's based on the function of how you use the word. And it's pronounced ol. And how you spell it is lamet ayin, ayin lamet. And in there's a staff, and the eye represents ayin. For those that don't know, that staff helps to goad, it helps to lead, it also helps to protect the sheep. It helps to push them in the right place to go. It's a rod it uses to control and move you forward. It means to teach and to learn. And that ayin represents the eye. It means to look, the appearance of. It means to understand. It means to experience. It means to be seen. The Father's trying to tell you to take off this blindfold, this yoke, this bar of heaviness, and take up on my yoke. Because with my yoke, let me help you understand what I do. If you look there, on one side of the yoke, there's the rabbi, the teacher, the more. And then on the other side, you have the taladim, the disciple, the student, which we are all students. And when you link up with someone who the Father has helped deliver, when you link up with someone who is sound in doctrine and teaching of the word, it makes going through your life easier. It helps deliver you out of where you are. Yes, the Father can instantly deliver you, but oftentimes there is a lesson in going through your deliverance, because what you go through is not just for yourself, it's for somebody else to help them through. Because you never know, you may need to link up with somebody else and help pull them out of their mess. In other words, a bridge. Just like somebody is a bridge for you, linking up with you, taking their arm and putting it around your neck and say, come on, baby. I know it's rough. I know it's hard, but you can get through this. That's where that staff, that lamet comes in. Begin to teach you, push you forward, to encourage you. That's what Yahushua, Hamashiach, our Messiah did for us. That's what this word, Torah, does to us. We link up with Torah. It begins to give us life. It begins to teach us, okay, now you got to work out your salvation daily. This day, you got to worry only about this day, because tomorrow has its troubles and it ain't promised. So in this day, I need you to look forward. I need you to put one foot before the other foot and just keep walking. Yes, it's going to be a little rocky. Yes, it's going to be shaky. Yes, it's going to be a little hard. Yes, I understand you may not understand the plan. But do know, I will never leave you nor forsake you. I want to guide you. I want to clean you up. I want to help you so that you can come out of the place of where you are and into the place that I've called you to be. This is why Father says, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. The ox, the strong leader, Ahamashiach, is trying to lead us. He sent people in your life to help lead you so that the enemy no longer has this mental yoke, stronghold on you, so you no longer have to speak vanity against yourself. He can no longer control you and keep you in ignorance. Father has never left. You say, listen, I've been here the whole time, but I'm just waiting on you to let go of this so that I can truly help you. So that I can truly help you. I can truly be to you what you need me to be. Verse 10 says, and if you draw out your soul to the hungry and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall your light rise in obscurity and your darkness be as the noonday. What do you mean? What do you mean? If you draw out of your soul to the hungry. You mean, feed somebody, give them some food, feed the homeless? Is that what you're saying? Let me break this word hungry down for you and what Father's true intent and what he's speaking here and saying, y'all. Because everything the Father does lines up. It is beautiful when you break his word down and go line upon line and precept on precept to understand what he is speaking to you. He's strategic. Said, if you draw out your soul to the hungry, you draw out your soul to the hungry. Puk. That phrase, draw out, is the Hebrew word puk. P-O-O-K or P-U-Q, and it's Strong's H6329. And of course it means to furnish or to produce, to promote, to bring out. If you bring out of your soul to feed, to draw out of the soul to the hungry. Well, what do you mean the hungry? This word is hungry, or that phrase, the hungry, is ra'ab. Ra'ab. H7457 is where you find that. Strong's H7457. And what that word means is, and you spell that word R-A-W-A-B-E. R-A-W-A-B-E. Or some may say R-A-E-B. Ra'ab. Which is Resh Ayin Bet. But this point where he's talking about, if you draw out your soul to the hungry, the word hunger means a failing strength. If you draw out of yourself to those that have failing strength and satisfy, draw out those who have failing strength. Do what again? Strong's H7456. If you draw to your soul to those that have failing strength and satisfy the afflicted soul. Satisfy the afflicted soul. Afflicted, ana, means those that are depressed, put down, oppressed, mishandled, weakened. Father saying, listen, I'm asking you to lay down your burden to pick up mine so that I can use you to help those who are weak, who don't have the strength to even lift themselves up. Those who may not even know of me, those who are searching for an answer, those who need me, and you know me. I'm asking you to take this off so that I can use you, because they need your help. But there are also those who need your help that have been walking with me, but they have been afflicted. They have been beaten down so much. They have been mishandled. They have been misused. They have been abused. Those that have been abused in the church. Those that have been abused by family. I thought you was a man or woman of God. Well, if you saved like you say you, why are you going through all this? Do you not know the enemy loves to attack your character? People love to attack your character when you begin to follow the Father.
I think your suffering is a sign that you're not doing something right.
Yeah,
with the Father.
you're right.
Your suffering is designed by the Father.
Yes.
To give him glory. So most people look for your prosperity to be a sign that you're good in him, and that's a trick of the enemy.
Absolutely. Sometimes you become the living sacrifice for somebody else to make it out. They decided to take off that burden, that mental yoke, and take up on Father's yoke, which is Torah, his word, his law, his instructions, so that they can be guided out of that dark place. And they begin to walk with Father. They begin to get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And then he sets them on an assignment to come help deliver you, to help bring you out. Do you not know that trials and tribulations shall be amongst us always? What you're dealing with, what you're going through is not just for you. You are being created to help deliver somebody else. Abba Yah uses people to help bless and deliver people. He said, here I am. You've been crying. You've been asking for help. You've been seeking for help. And then I brought you brother such and such. I brought you sister such and such, Aki and Nakoti. I brought you More this, More him, More that, to teach you the word, but you bypassed him because it did not look like what you wanted it to look like. You've been asking me for this, but because I didn't send you the thousands of dollars in your account just magically, you didn't take it from me when I sent somebody to be the blessing for you, to help bring you out. But not only help bring you out, help teach you and guide you so that you can also be a bridge for somebody else. Y'all, when I thought the word bridge, when Father was giving me this social Morris about the bridge, but was diving into me heavy about bridge, it was so much more than just the word. A structure to get over. It's much more than just a structure to get over or leave. It's also a protection to help you get past what was set forth for the enemy, destruction and damnation, a pit for you to fall in. Do you not know this world is a pit? There's so many things set up for us to fall prey in. And if we are not delivered here, the enemy rules us in darkness. When Abba Yah says, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. Do you not know the word knowledge means light? The prince of darkness, he rules in the area of ignorance. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance can lead you to hell. Knowledge, and all thy getting, get an understanding. That's why Abba Yah is calling forth for Jacob to wake up. The curse was up in 2019, y'all. We're now beginning to understand our word, our Torah, our law, and what we were supposed to understand. Wasn't supposed to be religion. People get mad at me all they want, but no, I am not a Christian. I'm a follower of Hamashiach, Messiah. I am a Torah lover, law. Well, why are you in the Christian? That's what you brought up. Listen, if you go back and you really do your research and study on that word, so many wars and lives are being killed out of Christianity. We've taken up the Roman papacy, taken up on these man-made religions. Father did not come for religion. There's only one, and it's Torah. And Torah is not a religion. That means law, instruction. I believe every word of Abaya, but I do not believe religion. So yeah, I denounced being a Christian. You can get mad all you want. I could care less. I said that earlier. Your opinions don't mean squat. The only opinion that matters is the Father and what his words say. There's a difference between truth and fact. Emet and fact. Fact is, yes, I may have been this. Fact is, yes, I'm going through this. Fact is, yes, it's that. But the truth is, I am an overcomer. I'm a royal priesthood. I'm a holy nation. I am the apple of Abaya's eye. Truth is, I am a conqueror. You are a conqueror. But you have to let go of the mental yoke. I really hope this is helping somebody on today. We just on 10. He said, I'm using you to help the hungry. Feed out of your soul the hungry, those that don't have the strength, and those that have been beaten up, afflicted, those that have been going to church year after year, weekend after weekend, and still ain't got no better than where they are. They just got emotionally tickled and walk out still going through hell. They don't know what to apply. They don't know the keys, the law. They don't know what key to unlock what door. But all they got was a great entertainment because the choir sung good or pastor hooped good. But they couldn't take the meat. They couldn't take the word, the Torah, the law. And they couldn't use the key to unlock the door to what they need to help be delivered and move to the next stage. Yo, Abba Yah uses those who are willing to let their yoke go and take up on his to help bring and free you out. You got to understand how powerful that is and who you are. You are somebody's living sacrifice, just like somebody was a living sacrifice for you. And listen, it's not going to feel good when you go through these things. But blessed are those that suffer for my name's sake. It's an honor to be used by Abba Yah, but he just don't give out promotions like that. Just because you ask for it don't mean he gonna automatically give it. You have to be proven in order to walk in that position. And even when you're being proven, when you're in the position, you're still being proven for the next level, because you can't stay at this level. He has to take you from kavod to kavod, glory to glory, the next level to the next level. And it don't feel good going through the test, y'all. It don't feel good going through the fire. But the Father says, here I am. Even when you're crying out in the fire, he ain't brought you out yet. He's in there with you, and he's talking to you. He's giving you his Torah. He's giving you his word. He's giving you his law. He's giving you his instruction so that you can keep your focus, your emunah, your faith on him. And as long as you're looking at him, as long as your mind is stayed on him, as long as you renew your mind and your heart on him, the fire and the flames don't bother you. You don't see that because your protection is in him. And while the fire is being turned up, while the enemy is throwing the stove and the knives and the forks, everything he can at you is bouncing bouncing off of you. Why? Because you have the whole armor of Yahuwah, the helmet of salvation, breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith, the word which is the sword, the shoes with shod for the preparation of the gospel, the belt of truth. Every time that blow, every time that dart may come towards you, you will stand. Yeah, it may hit you, but you can't fall. Yeah, you may bend, but you don't break. Why? Because Torah is keeping you. You are yoked up with the strong leader. You are yoked up with the ox, the head. You are yoked up with Yahuwah. So no matter what the enemy try, no matter what demon, no witch, no warlock, no necromancer, no person, mama, daddy, auntie, uncle, cousin, child, don't matter. Whatever they speak that is not lining up with Abba Yah's word, it cannot penetrate. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Why? Because you have taken upon the yoke. You have taken upon the mindset. This mind that is in you, it has been renewed because you're trying to line up and be like Yehoshua, Hamashiach. So yeah, let it bounce off of you. Yeah, let them talk. Yeah, let them say whatever they gonna say. It don't matter, because the only thing that matters is the Father saying, well done, my good and my faithful servant.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Let him use you to draw out of your soul to those that are hungry and those that have been afflicted. You know what it's like to be persecuted. You know what it's like to be talked down to. You know what it's like to be in a struggling situation. And here come this young Aki and Akoti, young brother and sister, who's just beginning life, who's trying to learn this thing, and you've been through it, and they downcast. And what happens, unfortunately, a lot of times, people they run to the church looking for help, and they don't find it. Instead, they're met with ridicule. Ooh, why you look like that? Why you dress like this? Why you smell like that? That ain't what you do. Instead of somebody taking ahava, love, and taking the time to sit down and nourish what you're needing, nourish what that person needs, and come on, baby, let me show you how to do this. Now, it's going to take it step by step. You're going to take it minute by minute, second by second, hour by hour, day by day, so that the Father can transform you. See, my job is not to transform y'all. My job is to teach the word. He does the transforming. And the more the word deep seed moon plants and deep seed in your heart, change happens. That's why the word says faith come by hearing, and hearing the word of Yah. When you hear something and it penetrates your spirit, there's a change come with hearing. But if you just listening, it goes through one ear and out the other. That's why it's so easy to walk up in churches, get entertained, and walk out and be the same way for years, and no deliverance is taking place. I don't have time for that. Because just like y'all, yes, I may have a title, but Father is always working out some things in me. The word Zidon. Where's my not Zadi, because it's a Zion. Yeah, the word means to divide, cut it. It's a two-edged sword. So while I'm teaching this word to y'all, I'm getting cut too, as it's cutting y'all. But the cutting is for the glorification of Abba Yah, because he's cutting off the infirmities. He's cutting off the things that don't need to be there. He's cutting out the folks that don't need to be there. And as hard as it is, y'all gotta let him cut the Zion. It's the Zion. It's the Zion. It's like a plow. It's a weapon to cut off. It's a sword, an axe to pierce. He got to cut off those things. He got to cut off the people. And yeah, it ain't going to feel good because you've known this person for so long. You grew up. You grew a life for them. But if they are not a part of the plan, if they are not a part of the purpose, if they are not a part of where Abba Yah is taking you, you got to let the Father do what he got to do and cut it off for the betterment of you. Israel, wake up. Your deliverance is not in religion. Your deliverance is not in man. Your deliverance is not in Pastor J or Shamors or Bishop this or Apostle this or Elder this, Minister this. Don't care nothing about a title. Your title don't mean nothing to me. My title don't mean nothing. The title is just for those. It's for man, for recollection. But all I care about is the Father saying, well done, my good and faithful servant. What I want to hear is the Father say, son. Son, daughter, I'm an heir to the throne. I don't want to be a guest. I want to be a son. And as a son, it is required for me to go through some things so that I can help you. But if I ain't never been through nothing, how can I help you? If I've been perfect, then that's intimidating because I can't understand. I can't identify with you because I'm too perfect, too goody-goody. And we got too many people up in the pulpit, too many people walking around with this title acting like they got it all together. They goody-goody, they holier than thou, when knowing good and well we got all type of hell going on in our life and we too need help. There are areas in my life that Father's helping me with and delivering me from. How do I know that? Because we got to work out our salvation daily. This is a everyday work, y'all. And you can't just link up with any and everybody, because any and everybody don't have the mindset of Yahuwah. Any and everybody's not following Torah. Some people following tradition. How can you know truth and willfully disregard it and bypass it? We got too many leaders worried about that if they begin to teach truth, then the members may leave. The tithe and offering may go down. I don't care nothing about that. That's not my money. I don't have members. They don't belong to me. We fellowship. The people belong to Abba Yah. He's just called me to be in a position to help lead them in the emet, the truth of his word. We had to start over too. That's what I love about TGCB. We started over together. And we stood up and we apologized that y'all, we thought we was doing it right, but we were still in religion. Yes, standing up for truth is going to cost you. Yeah, they may take their hand of fellowship away from you. They may no longer want a fellowship or have you come to their church. I don't care nothing about that. You keep your groups.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Happy day.
Keep your societies. Keep your denominations.
Yes. My God.
Keep your revivals. I don't have to be affiliated with. That don't mean nothing to me. What means something to me is teaching the truth of Abba Yah's word. And if that means I have to be on the island of Patmos, like John, if I have to be exiled or put on the island by myself or just me and my family, so shall it be. But I'd rather be the few that makes it in than the majority that's left looking like, oh man, I wish I would have. He did say that, but I didn't know. Yeah, you did. Every knee shall bow. Every tongue shall confess. I have no time to play games with your souls, your nefesh. There are times when Father have to sit me down and cut me up. Now, preacher, you know better. You can't do that. But see, some people ain't gonna tell you that. I don't care nothing about that. If me telling you about my experiences and what I've been through, what we've been through, will help you make it, and you don't have to go down and fall in the ditch, you can go over the bridge and make it, that's what I gotta do. Because Father has set me forth to be a light. How do I know that? Because the word told me that. Matter of fact, let's go. Yeah, we're still in 10. Doggone it, we ain't even got past 10. He said that, and if you draw out of your soul to the hungry and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall your light rise in obscurity and your darkness be as the noonday. So if I will help those who are too weak to help themselves, that's just been beaten down, and help bring them up, then the darkness that surrounds them, that place where they can't find their way out, it's like blindness where you reaching and you searching for a way, you just hoping to feel something to help guide you. There becomes a light in darkness. And if you know anything about light, just a little bit of speck of light, the darkness runs from, because that little speck of light, you can always follow it. The darkness runs from the light. It's too bright. I don't care if it's a pinhole of light. You can see that in the midst of darkness, and you begin to look. And you say, oh, wait a minute. There goes some light. And you begin to follow that thing. But the more you help bring out, the more you feed, it becomes a big light bulb. It becomes like a ring. And Father says, your light will begin to shine. in obscurity. So those obscure things, those things that are meant to block your vision so you can't see the Father, those things that are meant to help you get off track, those things that are meant so that you can never find the light, the knowledge, the wisdom, all of a sudden that light begins to peek through. And then you begin to, there it is. And more light becomes. And then next thing you know, what was surrounding you of darkness, it begins to shine like the noonday when the sun is at its peak, when it's at its hottest, when it's breaking forth everything that has to be dark. You begin to shine through and say, come on, here's the way, y'all. Here's the way. Verse 11 says, and Yahuwah shall guide you continually and satisfy your soul in drought. Woo-wee! Man, I'm getting excited. He say, I'll satisfy your soul in drought and make fat your bones. Oh my God, if y'all only understood with the bones, I make fat your bones, and you shall be like watered garden and like a spring of water whose water never failed not. Oh my God, I'm getting happy. Oh man, it froze. Oh my goodness.
That's all right. Keep going. It's going to catch you.
Let me know if I'm sorry, y'all was going back and forth with the camera. Somebody please let me know if it's back up.
It's good on my end.
Okay, it's good. All right. Hasatan, you ain't finna stop this because these people finna get delivered and helped on today. They ain't finna get. He said, and Yahuwah shall guide you continually. So after you become that light, Father say, that's what I've been waiting on. That's what I've been waiting on. I've been waiting for you to take that burden off. I've been waiting for you to put on my burden. Thank you for linking up with this person. Thank you for help bringing them out, because now I am going to be able to guide you continually, just like I guided your ancestors out of Mitzrayim, the house of bondage. Listen, I ain't never left you. I've always been here. I guided them in the wilderness as a pillar of fire. Come on, man. I am going to continue to guide you. How about y'all said I'm going to continue to guide you and satisfy your soul in a drought. When they didn't have nothing to eat out there in the wilderness, he sent them manna from heaven. He sent them quail. They begin to get water from a rock. In your drought, don't matter what's happening, and whether it's a natural drought, whether it's a spiritual drought, Father said, I'm going to satisfy your soul. So even when it look like your account, you can't buy no food, I'm going to send the help so that you can eat. He said, don't worry about today. I got you. Don't worry about what you're going to eat. I got you. Don't I clothe the grass? Don't I clothe the flowers? What more will I do for you? I feed the birds, and you are way much more than that. So I got you taken care of. Don't worry about you being put out your house. You ain't going to get put out. Because if I brought you there, can't nobody take you out of there but me. And look at her. Don't you worry about that sickness. I got that covered. I'm just putting you through so that you can help deliver somebody and they can see the strength that is in you, so that will give them hope and strength. See, you don't have the strength on your own, because my word told you when you are weak, I am made strong. So let me go ahead, like I just said, and continually guide you and satisfy your soul in the drought. Yeah, you may be weak spiritually sometime because you have not fed your spiritual man, but all you need to do is come to the Torah. All you need to do is open up your mouth and begin to read my word out loud, and you will see how reading my word out loud begins to resonate itself back to your ears. And when it resonates itself back to your ears, you begin to hear, and your flesh, your soul, your spirit begins to get happy, because it knows what it's hearing is the nutrients. It knows that it's hearing is the meat. It's the vitamins that's needed to survive the attacks. It's the vitamins that's needed to keep you persevering and going on. So he said, yeah, I'm going to continue to be there in your drought. You ain't got to worry about a thing, baby, because I am your Elohim. I'm your Elohika. I am your Eloheinu. I am. Woo! Y'all, I had to save that point to the end, because early on in the word, he said, when you cry and you call for me, he said, here I am. If you understand the significance of I am whatever you need me to be. I am wherever you need me to be. I am what you need. Man, come on, that I am supersedes our own mental capacity. He said, my ways are not like your ways, and my thoughts are not like your thoughts. For my ways and my thoughts are higher than yours. We can't even think. Our smartest human on earth can't even compare to his lowest thought. So y'all, our Abba Yah has everything under control when it comes to you. We just got to wake up, Israel. We got to wake up, Jacob. And Father is calling us to help wake up our Aki and Akoti that have been scattered around the world. Torah is the answer. Wake up, Jacob. Wake up, Israel. Father has been waking us up. And unfortunately, everybody not going to wake up because some people are still too tied to their tradition and their doctrines and their denominations. But for those that Abba Yah will help us to help wake up and lead, so be it, I'm in. I asked Abba Yah for a community. In my mind, being small and thinking, I'm thinking as like a building or a block, not knowing that we will later become an online ministry. And those that may watch later on, those that may be in different states, maybe even different countries, begin to watch this and hear something, and they love what Father is doing through us and uses us, they become part of the fellowship. That's a community. And we all have what each other needs. Yeah, you can. Yeah, whatever you want to do, babe. I'm sorry. And he says, yeah, and Yahweh shall guide you continually and satisfy your soul in the drought and make fat your bones. And you shall be like a watered garden and like a spring of water whose waters fail not. Make fat your bones. Let me ask y'all, listen, do y'all not know how important them bones?
Can't hold the body up without them bones.
Woo, y'all, the bones. He asked the question a while ago, can these bones live? Can these dry bones live? Do y'all not know the bones represents Israel? They represent us. He's always been talking to us. We were in a desert dry. We was afflicted over 400 years, and it began then even with the other tribes. It's just that the last couple of tribes that were Benjamin, Judah, and oh my God, why can't I think of the other? It'll come back to me. But we're the last tribe scattered in 1619. And from 1619 to 2019, 400 years. But before then, our other 12 tribes had already begun to be scattered into different regions and four corners of the earth. Abba Yah been talking to us, y'all. But because we were under the curse, we didn't know who he was. We didn't even know our own words. We don't have an identity. We don't even have our own names. We was talking about these dry bones. But here, he come in his word right here and he said, I'll make your bones fat. Let me help you understand. Woo! Let me help you understand. With that fat bones. Oh man, them fat bones. Oh man, make fat. Let me go here, make fat.
Got it?
Ooh, yeah, I got it right here. Make fat. Woo.
Hallelujah. Praise Father for you.
Make fat. H2502. It's a word called hales. Hales. That's Strong's H2502. Hales. And it's spelled CHALATS. Or some people may spell it KHAWLATS. But what does it mean? I say, I make your bones fat. He say, I rescue. It means to be rescued. Oh man, it means to equip. It means to arm. It means to make strong. Boy, it means to be delivered. It means to be saved. Oh man. He said, I will make your dry bones fat. I will deliver you. I will equip you. I'm going to rescue you. He already told you that way in the beginning, but he felt necessary to repeat himself again, assuring you that, hey, I'm going to rescue you as soon as you let this mess go and let me in. Israel, he told us he going to rescue us. You just put your name in that place. Shaquish, he said he gonna rescue you. John Bill, he said he gonna rescue you. Shamoris, he said he gonna rescue you. Mama, he said he gonna rescue you. Jenna, he said he gonna rescue you. Say, I'll make your bones fat. He said, not only will I rescue you, And not only will I'll build you up, but what's going to happen is, he said, you're going to be like a watered garden and like a spring of water whose water never fail not. In other words, as long as you stick with me, maybe you'll never thirst again. You'll never hunger again. Because if you drink of this cup, you'll never thirst. This water's always cold. This water's always plentiful. This water will always nourish you, and you ain't got ever worry about a drought. He just told us that earlier. He just told us he's bringing us out of a drought, y'all. I'm talking spiritually here, y'all. You're going to be watered like a garden. Do you not know water represents the word? And the word is Torah. He is the living water. He is the living word. So as long as you are digesting him, you ain't got to worry about your soul being malnourished. You ain't got to worry about your spirit being malnourished. You ain't got to worry about being thirsty and I thirst. Nah, it's always going to be quenched. Ooh, I got excited, y'all. Let me take a little drink of this real quick. Boy, whose water fail not. You ain't going to ever worry about not having enough. That's the only way I can say it. You ain't ever have to worry about not having enough. Enough what? Whatever. Because you said I am. You ain't going to have to ever worry about having enough. Yeah, you're going to have to go through some tests. But don't worry about everything else. I got you. You just got to go through this test. Because I'm building you. You did ask me. You did say use me. What you thought I was just going to put you out there without you being qualified? You have to be qualified to handle this. And now it ain't going to feel good all the time. But when you come up out that thing, you're going to know how to help somebody else. Because you've endured. You've done your part. You've gotten over the bridge. You walked over because you linked up with my word. You linked up with who I sent to help guide you and pour into you. And just like they poured into you, don't worry about it. Because you reached and you linked up with somebody and said, all right now, come on, we got this. We can do this. That's why I tell TGCB this all the time. We are a mighty weapon of mass deliverance. We have what each other needs. We're powerful together. We make a mighty fist. We all link up together. And we all going over this bridge together because when one of us is weak, we can count on somebody else to hold us up. Matter of fact, let me give you a case in point. When I was weak, when I was down and out, my legs was going through. And I was going through pain. Unbearable pain. Yeah, whatever, baby. When I was going through pain in my body. And the doctors couldn't tell what it was. I was weak. There was sometimes I had to sit down and teach messages. There was sometimes Shamore's had to teach messages. And there were some days when the spirit just got through me. I was up. I remember kicking one day in one of the messages, how Father was doing. But I didn't feel nothing because Abba Yah, his Ruach was there. But y'all were praying for me. Y'all were uplifting me. Y'all were help carrying me. And y'all were doing y'all part as I was struggling. I was weak. I didn't have the strength. But y'all became that linked up strength where we cast our cares upon each other. And y'all begin to hold me up. But you're supposed to be pastor. You're supposed to help them. There are times if leaders will get out of their way, get out of their mess, and get out of their this cocky mindset, you have to lean on the people too. There are times when we need help too. And I'm thankful that TGCB has been there for me. I don't know if any other leaders can say that. I can't speak for your members, not members, but I can't speak for your Kahel or to the people, but I can speak for mine, and I know they've been there for me. Matter of fact, when I was sick and I had COVID, I remember them coming and helping. Didn't they ask you more what we needed? I remember Miss Ted did.
Set stuff outside.
Yeah, set stuff outside the door. I remember bringing the little what's the little energy drinks that we had, the boost or whatever it was, to help nourish my body back. I remember Shay getting me a hot pad and a massager. Miss Jones, I remember her bringing medicine. Miss Tish brought medicine. I remember Mama. I also remember Cassie bringing me things. Everybody, TGCB came together. prayed, man. Y'all were praying because I had 24 hours to live. If that ain't an example of the people coming together and being a bridge, I don't know what is. We come together. Abba Yah has been doing a thing in us. And it ain't crazy, it ain't coincidence, but we all go through it at the same time. That's how I know Father is with us. But he's all leading us. I know it. And yeah, TGCB, we may be the few. We may be the remnant. But I'm okay with that if it means we're on the right path with Abba Yah. I'd rather have a remnant than a sold out building of people coming and getting money and paying money for this and walking away the same way and still being the same prophecies that have been going on for years. I hear the Lord saying that you're going to get a house. I hear the Lord saying that there's a car. I hear the Lord saying there's money. I hear the Lord saying that. What Lord are you listening to? Because when I first did my research on that word, Lord, that word was used for Baal. So who are you listening to? What Lord is telling you that? How is it that you hear the Lord saying this and that all the time when Abba Yah has been trying to get Jacob to wake up? Now, somebody, Lord, is lying. Somebody, Lord, is lying. And I know my Yahuwah is not a man that he shall lie.
Nor the son of man that he shall lie.
Thank you. So somebody, Lord, is lying. And I bet you mine ain't. And 12. And they that shall be of your build. And they that shall be of you shall build the old waste places. You shall raise up the foundations of many generations. And you shall be called, the repairer of the breach, the restorer of the path to dwell in. Oh my gosh, y'all. He said, those desolate places that we've been in, how we've been scattered across the globe, how we've been scattered. The curse is up. I'm going to use you to help build my people. You're going to build them back up. And you shall raise up the foundations of many generations. Y'all, it's been many generations since us. And a lot of the generations have been caught up in religion, caught up in man doctrine. But Father say, no more. Enough is enough. I'm building up those that choose to you, that want me. And I'm going to use you to be a bridge across the generation, whether they're young or they're old. I'm going to use you to be a bridge to set them back on the course, set them back on the right path to dwell in. But what path is that? The path is righteousness. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. He say, gonna raise up the foundations of many generations, meaning those that are the old, we're gonna get them back so that maybe they can reach the old. You're gonna help build the young, and you're gonna help build those that are right there. TGCB, I understand that. Shamor said this plenty of times. But after this message, I understand it now. We're a bridge to connect the older generation and the new generation, and this generation and those to come, to connect them to Torah, to connect them to his truth. No, let me use the Father's word. If they listen, if they choose to put down their yoke and take upon his. He said, you shall be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of the path of dwellings. There was a breach that got in. Our law was breached. Our identity was taken away. Our word was mishandled. It was misconstrued. We had a false image of a Messiah. I'm going to find the picture real quick because I got to I got to show you this. But I'm going to keep talking in the midst. Boy, we were led astray. We were led down a path where the enemy breached the word. The enemy got in and he began to tweak things. He began to take scriptures out. He gave us what was known as the slave Bible. He began to change little nuances here and there. Stripped our identity. Calls us to forget our Elohim. And Father told us this would happen all because of disobedience. There was a breach. Even our own began to turn their back on us and take on the Roman ways. And you go back and do your studies in that. That's where all that Christianity came from. And we even begin to worship a false Messiah. Y'all, I'm looking for these pictures here on purpose because I gotta show you something. I gotta show you something. Y'all just hang with me. I hope this word is helping and blessing y'all. I hope this word is blessing y'all.
Hallelujah. Blessing me. And all praises be unto Abba. I know why I had to sit down.
Ooh, man, I hope this is blessing y'all.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I was gonna look for these pictures, but I didn't even know I was gonna look for this stuff.
Is there
But
anything
this,
I can help you with?
no, I got it right now. I'm just loading this stuff. I'm loading it up so I can show y'all these pictures, man. This is. I'm gonna put two pictures side by side. Now these false images that we were led to worship, this false Messiah. It's almost finished, y'all. It's almost finished. Boy. Y'all, when he say don't take Abba Yah's name in vain, y'all, I want to show you something. How crafty the enemy is and how we have become the repairers of the breach. We were given this image, this false image here of this Christ. Man who was painted. His name's Caesar Vauger. And if you notice something there, why are they throwing up the same sign? This Baphomet sign. See, the word told us what he looked like.
So that we will not be deceived.
Skin of burnt brass. Hair like wool. Eyes red like flame. Where do you see that on this picture here? Where's the burnt brass? Where's the wool hair? Many churches have this false image up. And nobody ever looked at these signs and these hand gestures that they throw up. And you got people will fight you over their white Jesus. Y'all know me, I'm not racist. And I shouldn't even have to say that. But for those there'll be some foolish folks that'll take that. Y'all don't realize that we have been paint a picture all these years, that mental yoke. We've been painted this picture.
Show them in the word and they still get mad at you.
That's some strong divination where the word can tell you what the Messiah looked like, but pictures can take away what the truth of the word says, and you'll believe the picture. In that day, they will rather believe a lie than the truth. Let me show you something else. That's the man, Caesar Borgia. His father was a Roman pope, also a gangster, who had his son's image painted.
He was the lover of.
He was a gay lover of a famous painter. Oh man, why can't I remember his name? It'll come back to me. But this is the image that was passed down for many, many years. And we got this false picture of a Messiah that's up in our churches or up in our homes that we call Jesus.
And there wasn't even no J's back then.
And there was no J's. The letter J is only 450 to 500 years old. You can research that too, the same way we research Google it. Only 430 to 500 years old. And when you go back, you do your study on Hebrew, his name is, people will tell you, well, now we know his name is Jesus, it's Yeshua. Well, if you know it's Yeshua, why do you call him out of his name? He said, don't take the Abba Yah's name in vain. You know that ain't his name. Yeshua means he who saves. He said, I come in my Father's name. Yeah. His Father's name is Yahuwah. Yud-He Vav-He. God is not his name. That's a description. His name in Hebrew is Yahuwah. His son and his name is Yahusha.
Somebody went out the way to replace his name over 7,000 times in the Bible.
What was that again, Shmore?
Somebody went out of the way to replace his name that was written in our words over 7,000 times.
That somebody was a heathen.
That's a motive. That's a effort. This wasn't one or two times, quick change here and there. Over 7,000 times, or 7,000 right on.
See.
And we understand the symbolism in the number 7,000.
Y'all, listen. You'll become the repairer of the breach. You'll become a bridge. You help building people back up. Your responsibility in Torah is not a light thing. You don't have to have a title. Bump a title. You will become the restorer of the path to dwell in. What is that path? His word, Torah. Let me tell you what happens when you become the restorer of the breach. I want to show you a picture here. This is what happens when you decide to become the restorer or a restorer. When you begin to speak truth, notice that man in the front who has a bullhorn. And the word tells us to, in the beginning of Isaiah 58, the very first scripture, Isaiah 58:1 tells us, cry aloud, spare not, lift up your voice like a shofar, and show my people their transgressions and the house of Yaakov their sins. Show my people, Jacob, y'all, cry aloud. When we begin to cry aloud and we begin to teach Torah and we begin to teach Emet, truth, and the people that choose to hear and begin to take off the burden of their mindset, begin to take off their yoke, this is what happened. Many people begin to band together.
You know, it's crazy.
And they walk together. And now you have a massive people, a weapon of mass deliverance walking together, and the enemy is afraid when the men of Yah begin to stand up and take their rightful place back into their homes, back into the leadership, back into their children's life, back into worship, back into the house of Yahuwah. When you begin to take your stand back into being the leader of your household. No, I don't mean talking crazy to your wives and dogging them and beating them, hitting on them. That's stupid and that's foolishness, and you have a man's doctrine way just because of that's foolishness. That's not what that means. I'm the head. I tell you what to do. You do what I say. No, that is not what that means. Get back in line and learn learn the truth of Abba Yah's word, because we are to protect, we are to teach our families Torah, we are to teach them his laws, statutes, and command. We are to show love. We are to be in love with Yahuwah. We are to guide them and be a protection as he is for us. So when the man gets back in place, and when the man starts to line up with Yahuwah, then our families will begin to line up. Women have always been the backbone. They always found where father is. But men, where are you? We got to line up. When the men get in place, the enemy gets pissed off because he sends danger. Oh man, now hold on, wait a minute. They're taking their place back. We got to keep them ignorant. We got to keep them pimping. We got to keep them chasing money. We got to keep them knocking them down. How many females they can get? That ain't Torah, y'all. And we don't kill each other. We don't kill each other. We build each other. So yeah, I'm a bridge. I'm a bridge for another Aki, another brother. I'm a bridge for my Akoti, another sister. I'm a bridge for my family should they choose to want to walk it. Just know you're going to get pushback from even mama, daddy, auntie, whatever. I ain't never heard nobody preach this. Are you willing to stand up against them? Even when it hurts. Even when they don't want to have nothing to do with you. Are you still willing to follow Torah? Are you still willing to follow the law? Will you be the set apart remnant? Will you be the repairer of the breach? Or will you follow the majority and fall into the captivity again? Father's waving his hand the second time. Don't be the one that gets left behind. Be a bridge. Let that person that want to be the bridge for you, who's speaking emet, truth, and Torah, let them help guide you. You don't have to know everything. That will come in time. But what you do have to know is your Father. You have to know who you are. Despite what you think you don't have, you have to be sure in what you have. And know that that measure of emunah, faith, is more than sufficient. For my grace is sufficient. My hin is sufficient for you. I pray that on today, something was said that uplifted your spirit, that helped you. I pray that on today, Yahuwah did something in you, lit a fire in you that you never had before, or rejuvenated some things that have been missing for a while. All glory be to Abba Yah. All I can do is teach his word and help give you an understanding and hope that you can see those that have eyes to see and those that have ears to hear. Hear what your Father was saying unto you, the Kahel, as we decide to be Kodoshim, which means saints, holy ones. We're all Taladim, disciples, to his word. Shamars, can you find me something a little upbeat but powerful to play for the people?
You did earlier that Joshua was good.
Get it to Mama, see if she can find it for me. Yeah, if this word helped you today, can you do me a favor? Can y'all either pump some hearts or some likes or something? I just want to know you heard it. It ain't no recognition to me or nothing like that. But this is for the Father. If you can pump some hearts for the Father or some likes or anything like this for the Father, please do so. I just want to know the word did something for you on today. Yeah. I see a few I see a few of them right there. I'm gonna pump me some too, because I know how this word spoke to me. I'm gonna pump me some hearts too, y'all. Oh, glory be to Abba Yah. Oh, glory be to Abba Yah. I think when I was hitting that thing too much, it'd be bringing up mad faces. Y'all going? I need to stop hitting it so fast. It's bringing up mad faces. Y'all, that was me. The mad face. Wasn't nobody being mad. That was me hitting the buttons and it was bringing up mad faces. Y'all, I'm going to ask you if you consider sowing a seed. The information is there on the screen. So whether it's tithe or offering or love offering, whatever the Father wants to lay on your heart. Y'all know we don't have numbers for that. I just say, Todayah, Todah Rabbi, thank you, many thanks for those of you that consider sowing into the gate called Beautiful. Again, I'm working on things for YouTube. We're going to transition over to streaming live for YouTube, but I am putting up a lot of the messages on there, so there's going to be things already on there, the content, and I'm working on different ways to make it much more, the experience easier for y'all. So y'all, this is what we're doing. TGCB, we're going to be an online community. We want to make it interactive for you all. That's what we do. That's what we do, and I love it. I love it. Ahava, y'all. Also, too, we're going to start Bible study back up in February. We took a little break here so that we can get right back on schedule, because we were off schedule for a moment. So, no, that's going to be on a Wednesday, baby. So it's going to be the week after next. Yeah, we're doing the first and third Wednesday of the month. So the first Wednesday of February. Oh, yeah, you're right. Duh, I'm thinking Tuesday. Lord, Father, I'm tripping. It's going to be this week coming up, the first Wednesday of February. We're going to have Bible study. We're going to, I'm going to kick out the homework to those. Y'all, if you don't do the homework, don't let it be a reason that you don't show up. These are homework assignments that we do. Is helping us to learn Hebrew, our letters. And Father speaks to us all. So everybody that does it, they come in with a perspective that Father spoke to them. And it's activities, and man, it's been blessing us because the Father speaks to us uniquely, and I love seeing how He talked to y'all. But it's also giving you confidence in you that, man, Father speaking to me, He showed me this. So we love it. We love it, and we love interacting with y'all. So the information is up there. We do it on Zoom. There's the passcode there. If you can, take a snapshot of that, or either direct message me, whatever the case may be. But we thank you all. I really thank you all on today. I really, really pray that what was spoken on today bless somebody. I really pray that it helps somebody. I'm going to go back and read the comments later, because normally y'all know when we teach, I like to read the comments and stuff. But Yahuwah was speaking, and I have nothing else to say. If I try to go and say something else, it's going to be false. It's going to be prophesying, and I ain't about to do that to y'all after the word has been spoken on today. So, Ahava, y'all. I love you. 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 Lost a good friend this week. My Aki Lamario Lewis. If y'all can keep family in prayer, that will really be thankful, man. Yeah, just keep the family in prayer. Lady Cassandra, her son, keep her in prayer. I'm not going to give out any other details unless the family instruct me to or allow me to. So just keep them in prayer. Keep each other uplifted. Keep each other in prayer. Love y'all. Keep me in prayer. Keep Shamor's as we keep you all uplifted. Thank you all. My Elijah is going to be 15 on Monday, so I'm going to have a 15-year-old. Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love y'all. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Honey Bear, you trying to tell everybody hello? Say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Love y'all. Have a magnificent, magnificent day. Shalom.
Thank you so much for joining us. We Really appreciate the opportunity to fellowship with you and to grow in our knowledge of the Lord.
We hope to see you next time at the gate called Beautiful.